Hey everybody, Christy Birchville here. We're on day 18 of our Understanding Purpose series, and today's verse comes to us from the book of Acts. It's Acts 13, verse 36. Now this whole chapter is actually a really great picture of Paul. Paul is speaking. We see him going to different places and sharing the good news. And what we come to understand is this verse is actually part of one of his messages. He's sharing with the Jewish people, walking them through the history, basically, of the people of Israel and how that's connected with Jesus Christ. Okay, so that's the context of this. And he makes a statement in verse 36. It says, "Now when David had served God's purpose in his own generation, he fell asleep. He was buried with his ancestors and his body decayed." When we understand David, King David, he did so much for the people of Israel, and he's an integral part of their history. And Paul is bringing that out. And what he shares is that David accomplished God's purpose. And when he had completed that, he died. We want to be careful, but I think there's a really, really strong truth here to say that David didn't die until he had finished God's purpose for him. If we are still alive, if we are still breathing, God has purpose for us. We are here in order to be able to accomplish God's purpose through our lives. God, at the end of the day, we've talked before, God's going to get his purpose accomplished. So understand, he realizes what he's going to do and he understands what he's going to do, but he has us here for a reason. If we didn't have purpose, he'd just take us to heaven. You have Paul that says later in Philippians, "For me to live is Christ and to die is gain," right? So if he's living here, he's living for Christ. If we're living here, our purpose is to be living for Christ. God has purpose and reason for you and for me to be here right now, today. If we're still breathing, we have purpose. Don't shortchange that. Don't misunderstand and feel like, oh, there's no reason for me to be here. No, God has purpose for you. When you have completed God's purpose, he will take you home. Those are the things. If you're still here, if you're still breathing, you have purpose today. Be using today as a way to live out Jesus Christ to those you are around and to those you come into contact with. That brings you closer to his purpose for you.